Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Argyle Way. This is a YouTube recording that I'm going to be doing instead of a live stream today. So, hope you all enjoyed this YouTube video, and please hit the like button on the channel if you haven't already, and as well on the video, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, as we are aiming to get to 700 subs on the YouTube channel. And it's thank you to all of your support that we're doing so well and keeping up with the content and all that jazz. But it is the review for Plymouth Argyle versus Sutton United. Obviously Liam and Jack aren't with me because they're busy, and obviously Harvey England is busy as well. But it is me to stuck doing all of these YouTube things at the moment. But this is what you're going to be stuck with. But I hope you all enjoy this review today. But it is obviously the game against Sutton, of course. And if you haven't seen the draw, that is on our YouTube channel. We did do a live stream on that. So if you want to check that, please check on the recent live streams, and you will find that it is a very quick search, of course. But you play Argyle versus Sutton United. Well, the game where really, well, obviously on the day the better team won. But if you're also going to say, in a matter of fact, we were lucky that we come up against a side in Sutton, because if it was a better team, we would have lost the game. Sutton were pretty unlucky to not maybe score again in certain points of the game. They played very well. They gave it their all. You've got to respect the 350 Sutton fans that did come to Home Park, which is absolutely phenomenal in their part. And they played very well. Their winger on that left hand side for them, that Coley, he played very well, didn't he? Coley was fantastic, and I think it was Jackson as well on that right hand side, and then their striker up front, who's only scored one goal this season, Angel, and then he scored his second goal of the season against us. Of course, he had to do that, didn't he? But it's Argyle. We love giving people goals, so that's mainly what we love doing. So what can you say? It's just Argyle at this point, just gifting people goals is what we do. But we done well eventually to get over the line, and we got the win eventually thanks to goal from Ryan Hardy from a penalty spot, Luke Cundall on his final appearance for the club, and Morgan Whittaker scoring an absolutely lovely goal. But overall, was the performance worthy of was the performance worthy basically saying, oh, yeah, it's Ian Foster's first managerial tryout. Was it a good game for the lads? No, not really. The defense really was very poor yet again. We could have easily conceded 2 in the game. Dan Scar was poor. Most of the other defenders on that on the pitch were pretty they pretty much underperformed in that game. They were very poor. And if you're going to give some cylinders on someone, definitely Dan Scar is definitely one of them players where I feel he'll definitely leave very soon. I think he'll definitely get his move a little bit later on down the road. I don't think he'll move at the moment. But if there's going to be a time where I think he will end up being replaced, that's definitely what I think will happen. That is why we brought in Ashley Phillips, and obviously that is our new signing. We just brought in an Argyle 6'4" centre back from Tottenham, 18 years old, played for Blackburn last season. I feel like he'll definitely come in instead of Dan Scar. It is a definite replacement for him, if we're gonna say the least. But will he carry on getting game time? Of course he will, because he has been our centre back for years, and he is probably one of the more experienced players in the team for playing for Argyle. But is he experienced enough to play in the Championship? My opinion, not. But my opinion is no. Sorry, my opinion is not. Sorry about that. My opinion is no. But a lot of people will want to back into the day they die. But it's understandable. It's understandable. Dan Scar has been our best centre back for the last 2 years, if I'm going to say the least. But it is. I think it's a time now where Dan Scar is not really the type of player that's really hit the heights in the last couple games, and throughout most of the season, he has not been the type of player that has really lit up the championship this season. And I think there will be an instant replacement for him at centre back. Obviously, with Ian Foster now in charge of our club, he'll probably want to go to a different system, probably suit to Probably different centre backs. Lewis Gibson, he has been phenomenal this season. We'll probably move to a different setup. Probably maybe we'll go with Ashley Phillips, and then we'll probably go with Lewis Gibson beside him as well. A little bit of a young defence, but if this is what we'll have to go with, that's what we'll go for. And Kesler Hayden as well, Joe Edwards, Ballymumba, Mikael Miller. We've got loads of fullbacks. We've got good depth there. Obviously, rumours of Kesler Hayden going back to Aston Villa. I don't see that happening, but I would love it for him to stay as well because he has been pretty good for us this season. But more on the game, in the matter of fact, we were lucky that we had Whittaker on the pitch. We were lucky that we had Whittaker on the pitch. He did create most of the chances in that game. To be honest, some points in the game he was pretty. He was a little bit under the weather in that game as well. If I want to put that into context, not really one of his best games, but he always pumps out a goal out of nowhere. That is what Morgan Whittaker does, and he does that all the time. You won't expect it from a better player now. This is why he is getting poached from bigger Premier League teams. I don't see him moving. If he does move, then that's fair enough, and I can see why. But he won't move. He won't move at all. And in a matter of fact, I do see him staying, and hopefully he does end up being our player for the next couple years. And it's going to be absolutely brilliant if he does. So I just want him to be the best player that I want. I want him to be the best player in one of the best players in the Championship, and he is definitely proven that right now. 13 goals, and for over 13 goals, he will end up scoring in the Championship. Anyways, he has got 13 at the moment. I'd love to see him get that 20 mark. That would be absolutely fantastic. It would be phenomenal if he does achieve that for sure. But I want to see our striker, Ryan Hardy. I want to see him start scoring more goals. I want to see him getting more in the game. I want to see him getting more goal contribution to the team, and maybe to our other strikers as well. Maybe Ben Waine, maybe Mustafa Bundu. I want to see them all getting more goal contributions throughout the Championship season. We are in the second half now, and it's Ben Waine only scoring 2 goals. It's not really looking great for him. I feel like we will end up getting another striker in at some point, and he won't get any time. He won't get any time at all, and it's just looking a little bleak for him at the moment. So obviously, as we always do the player ratings, of course, and we will. I will bring them to you right now. Obviously, we do rate players from 1 to 10, 6 being the average, of course, and obviously, I can't have the live stream to be involved with me, and obviously Liam and Jack are not with me as well. So this is a little different from doing it, of course, on the live streams, but we're doing it on a video recording, and it is actually kind of good to do it on here. And obviously, you can get your comments in the below of what you all think of the game, of course. But Connor Hazard, I'm gonna start off with Connor Hazard in this game. Probably an average 6. I don't think he done really that much in the game. Obviously, we did concede the goal. We didn't get the clean sheet, which is very, very annoying. But he didn't really do much at all. Mikael Miller, tough one because I thought he was all right in the game as well. But he did get taken off later on, but a little bit sloppy on that left-hand side. We played we was very, very sloppy throughout most of the game in the defence, contrasting into the midfield. And if I'm honestly going to say, I'm probably going to give Miller a 6.5 as well. Same for probably Brendan Galloway as well. Maybe just that's a little bit of a push. I'll probably give him a 6 as well. He was all right, but it was a little bit of we were very, very ropey. We were very, very ropey on that side as well. But going to the other side now, Dan Scar, in my opinion, a 5. He was very, very poor, and I'm happy we brought in Ashley Phillips because we're getting more depth in at centre back, and a lot of Argyle fans have been asking on Twitter, when are we going to get the new centre backs in? When are we going to get any more defenders in? When is Dan Scar going to be replaced? I feel like Ashley Phillips will do that. I think Ashley Phillips is a little bit of a replacement for Dan Scar for most of the season, but will we keep on seeing Dan Scar? We probably most likely will, but Uh, from this game, it just shows that I don't think he's good enough for the championship. He's done well in most games, but probably most of the season he has not been good at all. And I feel like he's a League One centre back at best. Joe Edwards, yellow card, got taken off in the 77th. He struggled. He really struggled. He definitely struggled against Coley, and it was a very hard game for him. Pushed a little too high. I feel like we were a little overconfident that we could and we felt a little relaxed that that basically thinking that I don't think Sutton were gonna threat us that much, but they were completely wrong. They did threat us quite a bit throughout most of the second half, and they ended up getting the goal from it. And then maybe could have got another goal as well. And that's how scary it was from some of that game. But Joe Edwards, I'm going to give a 6 from that game. To be honest, on that right hand side though, he did feed. He did end up giving the feed to Cundle and Whitaker to try and exploit on that side. And actually, do you know what? I changed that. I'm gonna give him a 7 actually. From what I saw for most of the game, Joe Edwards was actually one of the only players for most of that game who was giving it all and actually won the ball back continuously. He kept on, and this is why Joe Edwards is in the team. And I retract all of the I retract all the other comments I did say from how bad Joe Edwards was playing in that game, because I completely forgot about the chances that he did have, where he was winning the ball back and he was creating most of the chances in the game. And if it wasn't for him, I feel like we wouldn't have. Had the chances that we did have, and Cundle on that side was getting all of the work that Joe Edwards was doing, and he was finishing it off in throughout the midfield and freeing it up, freeing the ball away. Honestly, Joe Edwards played well in that game, but I just want to see more of that Joe Edwards. I want to see more of him, so I'm going to give him a 7. Cundle, his last game for Argyle, don't even get me started, because he's gone to play ball now with Snaky Shuey, so he can go off now. But rating wise, he scored a goal and got an assist. I'm going to give him an 8.5 in that game, but I'm not going to talk about him anymore. Adam Randall, oh god, Adam Randall was right, but I don't think he was that good in the game. I'm going to give him a 6.5. Callum Wright, probably same to him as well. Probably going to give him another around a 6 to 6.5. And now the attack. Isaka. Well, Freddie Isaka. What do we say about Freddie Isaka, eh? Everyone? A young talent in the making. That Travella cross that I saw in that first half, if we scored from that, I would have just jumped off the seats and I would have just jumped out of my seat and just tried to surf the crowd. Honestly, that it would have been absolutely sensational if that actually ended up pulling off. That would have been brilliant for a 17-year-old. To the way he played in that game, there's a player there, but he's got to fulfill that potential, because there is a player there, but he's got loads of potential. He's not ready yet. I don't think he's the type of player that's going to go right into the team. I think he'll definitely need a loan, or he'll definitely have to get a little bit more game time on and off, coming off the bench, or maybe playing in the reserves. That's probably what he's got to do if he wants to get into this team. He's only 17. He's got loads of time. Definitely loads of time to fulfill that. And I feel like he could definitely be a very, very good potential player for us in the future. For this game, though, I'll give him a 7. I thought he played pretty well in that game, and he got involved in quite a lot. And obviously, the way he played on the ball as well, he is a very, very quick player, and I love to watch him off the ball, because he's a player that also loves to pressure the defense back, and always letting them know that he is there, and then he's not going to make the job easy for the defense. That's the type of attackers I love as well. I like the pressing forwards. I love that. Morgan Whittaker, right. He got the goal, and that was an absolutely brilliant finish. A little bit of deflection on that, but who cares? He got the goal, and that's what matters. I'm going to give him a 7 because he got the goal, but throughout most of the game, funnily enough, and this is the first time I say it, and I think we may have said it in a couple other games, it was a pretty... he didn't really do much. He didn't really do much in the game, and I don't think he done that well. But he ended up getting a goal out of nowhere, and then it's just changed my thoughts, really. Because he got the goal, and I'm like, what rating do I give him? Because he didn't really do that much, and then he scores that. Crazy. But I'm still going to give him a 7 because I don't think he'd done much overall in the game to get a higher rating. But that goal easily gives him a higher rating in that game. And then Ryan Hardy. Well, he got the penalty. He scored. He didn't win the penalty, but Whittaker won the penalty. But Ryan Hardy finished it. Absolutely fan. Well, the goalkeeper nearly saved it. Actually, I can't say a fantastic finish. The goalkeeper nearly saved that one as well. But he got his goal, and he's on a little bit of a goal scoring spree right now, which is very, very good to see. I'm very happy that he's starting to score again, and hopefully we get to see the proper Ryan Hardy in action in the next couple of games. It's good that he's now starting to score goals again, and that is the Ryan Hardy that we know and love. I will give him the same as Whittaker. I will give him a 7. But he did, like I said, same as Whittaker, he didn't really do that much, and it's a little bit one of them really where it's one of them really where he didn't really do much, but because he got the goal, it's a little bit of them where what rating do I give him? Because he didn't really do that much and then he gets the goal. But I think a 7 is fair enough for Ryan Hardy. All right, the bench now, of course. 5 players ended up coming on for us. And I think they're mainly all first team starters. Jordan Houghton, for example, came on, done his bit, and done well in the midfield. He'll be Ian Foster's main midfielder. He was Shuey's main midfielder, and he's been our main midfielder for years. I'm gonna give him a 6. He done well when he did come on. Banny Mumbo as well. Didn't really notice him, but I'll give him a 6 as well. Ben Wayne, the same. Didn't really notice him, 6. Kesler Hayden. I hope he doesn't leave. I really hope Kesler Hayden does not leave and go back to Villa, of course. But we'll see what happens. Anyways, we will see what happens, of course, with that. But I will give him a 6 as well. There's Lewis Gibson as well, defended the end of the game well, and I will give him a 6. And now Ian Foster. Well, it's his first game in charge, and I can't really say much about this game because it is against a League 2 opposition, and when we come up against Huddersfield, it's going to be a different test. It's going to be a very, very different test, but that will ultimately determine that Huddersfield game will ultimately determine if he is going to take us places as our next manager, of course. Obviously, Shuey leaving everyone behind and going to Stoke, and there's a big job to fill, and there's boots to fill as well. But from that game, we did see snippets of what the players did and the type of style and the type of formation that we're going to run. I like it, and I hope that we do end up backing him very, very well as a big fan base. Got to back this man. He's brought in Ashley Phillips already, and obviously with the departures of Vinazaz and Kundal, they are hard to replace, but I feel like we could definitely replace them. But from this game, he got the formation pretty much right, and some of the players in there, not getting much game time, but you gave them the game time, which is good. I'm going to give them a 7.5 from that game. Hope you all enjoyed this. Hope you all enjoyed this video, everyone, and please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any new streams and videos on the Argyle Way. But we will be back, of course, for a next live stream. It will be for the review. It will be the preview for Huddersfield. So we will see you all for that, and I hope you all enjoyed the video. And it's a rare video. We don't really do videos, but we didn't have enough time to do the usual live streams that we always do. But what can we do? We're pretty busy, and I've actually got time in my day to do that. But Jack and Liam, obviously, they're doing their own thing, so I can't blame them at all. But hopefully, we will bring you more content throughout the rest of this year. We will see you next. We will see you next time. And as always, goodbye and Green Army. See you all later, everyone, and enjoy. And hopefully, you all enjoyed this video. When they